So this is going to be a less remembered video, but we just released the Trap Stripes, didn't we? Vantana Row. Wow, you guys are cool. Tell me a little bit about You Saw the Rivers, since apparently you wrote a few songs a few years prior as the solo artist Advina, and you guys renovated a lot of those songs for the Trap Stripes. That's most of the Trap Stripes songs are just old Advina songs. Tell me about You Saw the Rivers, briefly if you can.
Basically, I was living in Texas at my sponsor's house, and I had heard a song playing on, I was watching this stupid The Walking Dead or something stupid, and this song started playing, and it was so sad, and I was like, man, that really makes me think of this melody, and I came up with a melody like that I would sing over that song. And it was so sad, and so I ended up making my own melody underneath, and like I was making it
like your own chords.
Yeah, my own chords. And I was out in their backyard, and their backyard is like, it was like all dirt and just really gross, and it smelled, and there was tons of flies because it was hot, and there was just shit next to me. I was on this concrete.
What city were you in?
Fort Worth.
In California?
In Texas.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just there. I just smelled shit, and there's just flies everywhere because they have dogs, so their dogs shit over there. But yeah, so that's how I was making that song, just sitting out there.
That's how you wrote You Saw the Rivers.
Mm-hmm. Actually, if I remember correctly, when I was doing the vocals, because I don't have a mic, I was doing it out of the laptop speaker is how I was recording. And I remember when I was hearing the vocal track without anything, soloed out, you could hear birds, which I actually really liked, even though you can't necessarily like hear it. But I feel like that kind of added some flavor too. But yeah. And then the other song we did for this album, I recorded it and wrote it and recorded it at like probably 2 in the morning in the laundry room at the AA house I was staying at, the relapse house. So.
And that was also in Texas.
That was also in Texas, in Fort Worth. Yeah. So
that's weird. So those songs that you guys as Vantana Row ended up doing, you actually wrote solo as Advina?
Yeah.
2 years prior. And were you guys doing Vantana Row at this time?
No, we hadn't even met up yet. Like, I wrote You Saw the Rivers. I remember Jamie called me on the phone after I had written that song, and I think I wrote Sailor after we talked. Yeah, I think we had talked by then, maybe. We talked twice. There was the first time you called me and you were talking about You Saw the Rivers, and you said you really liked it. Yeah, so we hadn't, like, when I wrote You Saw the Rivers, we hadn't talked in like almost a year, but not like pretty.
Right.
Been months, and before that we hadn't talked for like 2 years. So yeah, so it's funny that I had no idea that any of the Advina stuff was gonna get used, but it makes sense now. Like, all of those Advina songs are perfect for sampling, or you know. So anyways, I don't know. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, I've also heard that you guys have sampled other Advina songs on Vantana Row songs, but I don't hear it in there.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of times. It's like, I feel like we started doing it in Church and Mental State is when we started doing that, I think. Yeah, we would use different bits of my old Advina songs, just little tiny bits to kind of add texture and like taste.
Right, okay.
So, yeah, we've done that multiple times throughout. Like, Vantana Row 2 for sure has that. It's, you know, if you're hearing a Vantana Row song and you hear kind of like a shitty, like, background girl singing, that's like, you know, really, yeah, that's the Advina stuff.